over it's two types of mindsets. It's growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Let me make a little chart I got here. I tried to do printouts of this, but my printer was broken. It wasn't printing. Alright, this thing isn't big. Oh well, just pretend it's big enough. Yeah, okay. Alright, so two types of mindsets are having a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. The difference is that somebody with a fixed mindset, they don't believe that they can grow. They think that their skills and their abilities can't be, developed, they're just born. You can't learn and grow. But somebody with a growth mindset, they actually believe that you can learn and grow and that skills are built. They can work hard to build their skills. They care enough. Next main characteristic is focus. Alright, so it's about the process with somebody, a growth person, with a growth mindset. They care about getting better through a process, developing themselves, developing others. Somebody with a fixed mindset, they're just worried about the outcomes. They're worried about the statistics, the number of apps they wrote. I used to be like that. I used to just care what, everybody thought, seeing my name in the group name. Now I'm actually helping people. I'm helping people write apps, and that feels good because developing people is what you have to do in this business. If you're going to be an owner, you have to be able to help others, duplicate them to do what you do. Okay, so there's 4 key ingredients to growth. The first one is just effort. People with the fixed mindset, they don't believe it's useful or even needed to grow. Because they think that they're just stuck in one spot. So why are they going to try, put a lot of effort into it? But somebody with a growth mindset, they know it's useful because it leads to growth. Put in a lot of effort and they're able to develop all their skills. And then that's like we do in the field. If you put in effort, training, trying to be better, listening to people, coming to atmosphere, why is John about to be promoted?
Focus his own system.
Because John put in effort. John put in effort for this. Why was Renita promoted? She put in effort for this. So the next key ingredient to growth is challenges. Can't you read that? How many people embrace challenges? They truly embrace them. It's people who have a growth mindset, they embrace them as an opportunity to strengthen their perseverance. They're more likely to take on new challenges because persevere through them, because they believe that they can grow and are focused on having an opportunity to do that. That's where this all comes back to belief and back to focus. It all ties in together. So I don't, this doesn't have anything to do with race. It just has to do with the person who did this. Think of Martin Luther King. Think of him. He refused to accept that people are powerless. This dude tried to change the mindset of an entire nation. We're trying to change the mindset of some old lady in Sam's. I mean, he died for it. This dude was willing to die for the cause that he believed in. And the way the world is today is because of him. It would be so different if he hadn't done what he did. Died right here in the city of Memphis for what he believed in. Okay, the next thing is mistakes. Just learning from mistakes. Somebody with the fixed mindset, they become discouraged by mistakes. They just avoid trying to learn from them. They're not looking good. If they're making mistakes, then they're not looking good, right? That's all they care about. But by focusing on the process, believing in their capacity to grow, people with the growth mindset are more likely to understand how mistakes are part of the process and how they're going to help them. They use them to learn. So think of everybody in prison right now. Somebody in prison for 20 years, okay? You think that they just went to prison, did one thing and went to prison? Some of them maybe, but most of them have a rap sheet. You know, they did things like, I don't know, assault, you know, battery, and it leads up to something like murder. They don't learn from their mistakes. They're in a fixed mindset. My uncle, I didn't even know about him until about sixth grade. He had been in prison damn near his whole life for meth and, you know, just drug stuff. When he got out, you know, I think he did it again, went back for a little while, and then finally he just started changing. He decided to change from that fixed mindset to the growth mindset. Now he's a really good man, got married, you know, he's close to his family. I see him at all the holidays, and he's awesome. All right, so the next thing, last thing, key ingredient to growth, this is definitely not gonna fit, but this is the most important, in my opinion, is feedback. Gosh, that's terrible, isn't it? All right, so people who have a growth mindset, they use feedback and they appreciate it, but people with the fixed mindset, they take it personal or they get defensive on it. You know, people with a growth mindset, they're more receptive to feedback because their focus is on getting better and they believe that information will actually help them grow. People who have a fixed mindset, they don't see the value of feedback. You know, it's not important to them because they don't believe in the capacity to grow. All right, so here's the things of why I think feedback is important, all right? For one, feedback builds trust, right? And it makes you a leader, or it shows leadership. If you're responding to people's, you know, faults or, you know, how they could do better, then, I mean, that's being a leader, helping people, not just people here who are on your team, everybody. I mean, you remember Delaney reached out, posted in the group meeting, what's working for everybody? How many people responded? Think about it. Somebody reached out for help, how many people responded? I responded. I think Ronita responded. But do you really care about helping somebody? If you do, then help them. You know, she just reached out for help. All right, so another thing about why I think it's important is because you need, what was I about to say? All right, it needs to be accurate. The information you put out, it needs to be accurate. If you're giving somebody false information just to sound, you know, smart, just to sound like you're giving good feedback, what's the point of that? Eventually that's gonna hurt you. You need to do it with good intentions. You know, give somebody feedback to actually help them. Like I said just before, don't do it just to sound smart. And when you're giving somebody feedback, promote the positive before the negatives. You see how I do an atmosphere when I do a presentation? Somebody, I say, what did you do well? Ask them what they did well. If they failed, and then tell them what they could have done better. That's leadership. Now, when you're receiving feedback, you want to get it from somebody you trust. Because you don't want somebody who's going to give you negative information, because you'll end up giving people inaccurate information. But they'll be able to help you do things differently in a more positive way, right? So the main thing that I think about feedback and why it's so important is it promotes critical thinking. Nobody in the group me posts exactly what happened during the cell. Think of something. If you do that, not just do other people see it and learn from it, you learn from it. If you have to sit down, think about everything you just did to make that sale, everything you did correct, you're going to remember that. You're going to remember the small things you did, and you're going to be able to use it to be successful again. Everybody needs to post exactly what happened in the group meet in order to, you know, raise it up to 40 sales a week. What was our goal? 30? What are we going to hit? We all think we're going to hit maybe 25. I promise you, in 2 months, we'll be writing 50, 60 apps a week. I promise you that between the office in Kentucky and the office here, you post everything that helps you, it will help other people and it'll help yourself. That's why it bugs me so much and it gets to me so much that people won't do that. People don't understand that. Okay. So, just go over kind of wrap this up. Just think about this. If you put in all the effort, take on the challenges, learn from your mistakes, like I said, when you're presenting, and ask for feedback. So last week, I know that I had over $1,000 check. John, there's no telling. John maybe had over a $2,000 check. Morgan had $2,000 checks in a row. Why is that? I see in Morgan every single day that she listens to feedback and she improves from it. She actually takes it in and, takes it to heart. All right, so I need a board to write on.
Crossing.
Does anybody know who, everybody knows who Peyton Manning is, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody know who Ryan Leaf is?
No.
Yeah. Football player. Or college football.
They both came in to the NFL draft in 1998. Right? Considered two best players. Leaf had the stronger arm, had better potential. Manning was more mature and just a safer bet. In the interview with the Colts, who had the first pick that year, met with Bill Polian, impressed him. You know what Leaf did in the interview? He didn't even show up. He missed it completely. Between the time that they graduated college and went to the combine, or when they finished football season, went to the combine, which is where they showcase all their skills, Leaf had gained 20 pounds. Dude's supposed to have the stronger arm, more potential. Manning blew him out with stronger arm. Let me show you something insane. So Leaf, in his career, he had a 48% completion percentage. Manning, 65%. Ryan Leaf, 21 starts. Started 21 games his whole career. Peyton Manning, 265 starts. Leaf threw 14 touchdowns his entire career. Manning, 539. Ryan Leaf played 3 years in the NFL. Manning played 17. Lastly, such a big statistic for me, Leaf threw for 3,500 yards, around there his entire career, those 3 years. Somebody take a guess at how many Peyton Manning threw.
200,000.
71,940. He just got surpassed by Drew Brees at actually Monday Night Football. I worked the other day. I was like 40 feet away whenever he threw the touchdown pass to beat the record. But anyways, compare those two people. That's a fixed mindset over there. That's a growth mindset. And look at the difference. Imagine how much money he made. How much money can you make by having a fixed mindset? If you have a growth mindset, you can be an owner. You know how much Justin had wired in him, how much he's making, his gross, or whichever one is the one he keeps? $10,000, just under $10,000 for last week, or this week. That's his check today. That's somebody with a growth mindset. Think about that, $10,000. You want to be making that someday, $10,000 a week? My biggest thing, if you don't come to atmosphere, where are you growing? In the field? You're just thrown out in the field and you just have to, kind of wing it out there? No, you need to be here, listening, learning, sharing ideas with people the whole time. If you have to go get some water, get some water. And that's good, because that means you're talking a lot. That means you're helping people. We get probably, 5 hours of atmosphere a week? Right, something like that. You need to be here. Can't stress that enough. This is where you learn. This is where you grow. If for some reason you know you can't and it's an emergency, you have a doctor's appointment, or you just have something that makes you have to miss it for a good reason, like Justin had. But, you know, think about it. Morgan, she's been sick. She was sick like 4 or 5 days in a row. She came every day. I went out to the field with her. I told her every day, like, hey, you need to go home. Like, I can work this shift because she's sick and coughing. And she stayed every day. That's somebody who cares about growth. Okay, so that's growth versus fixed mindset. Which one do you want to have? Which one's going to help you? Standing in place? Do you want to write 5-6 apps a week every week? Then do that shit. Because you can do it. Make it happen. Come to Atmosphere every day. Have a growth mindset. Ask for help for people. I'm here at 7:15 every day. You need help? Come in. You have any ideas for other people to do something that might work in the field? Come in. In here, we need to be focusing on presentations, things like that. Get here early. Go over product knowledge. The way you can sound smart when you're presenting. We can be writing 50 to 60 apps a week. I guarantee you in 2 months or less. You just gotta care enough to make it happen. If you don't care enough to make it happen, then why are you here? You won't be here that long if you don't. When I have a team, people on my team, if they don't care, if I can see that they don't care and they're not gonna have a growth mindset, I don't care if they're just here a week, they're gone. I'm not wasting my time. I wanna be an owner and I wanna get people on my team that I can bring out to work with me somewhere. I'm not wasting time on people who don't care. Juice?
Juice.